About to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. How y'all doing? Y'all know what time it is. Nobody's talk no racism. Thank y'all for those that will tune in. Please subscribe to the channel. Don King is back. Don King is back. It's crazy. I was just talking about Don King and about, the talks of how people never back up Don King in a situation of being, a scandalous promoter and this and that, but, other promoters get backed up and show love and support when they get called out for the things that they do. But Don King has a card, coming up. He also has, the Trevor Bryan, if I ain't mistaken, the guy, the WBA heavyweight, titleist. I think he has the secondary title, yes. Don King has a card coming up with him. They say it's a hell of a card, so y'all be checking out for that. That's the fight with, that's the card coming up with Canelo Alvarez's potential opponent, Makabu. So y'all be looking out for that. This is the fight that, will consider Makabu or the winner of Makabu a possible opponent of Canelo Alvarez in the future. Fight that we don't want to see for real. Fight that we don't, too much care about. But at the end of the day, hey, it's Canelo Alvarez. He do what he want to do. It's fighters out here saying that Canelo Alvarez can do what he wants to do. Even though that's, not fair to me in the sport of boxing. But we done seen fighters do it before. But this right here is a blatant duck by Canelo Alvarez. David Benavidez, like I said in the last video of mine, David Benavidez deserves that fight between Canelo Alvarez, running up to a cruiserweight, heavyweight, light heavyweight, wherever he wants to run to, is unfair for David Benavidez. If you're not going to fight David Benavidez, release the titles, relinquish the titles, let him go at 168, and let the man regain his title back. There's no point in, keep moving up and you waiting on this person. They've been lying to the public. People spreading videos going around saying that Charlo and Canelo Alvarez was going to fight. That turned out, that was just talk. Of course, I don't really know what's up with Jamal Charlo. I don't understand. He being offered a lot of money, just to fight Demetrius Andrade, once again, like $7 million. So that right there alone should tell people that, when his own brother said that he ducked Canelo Alvarez, even though, I just assumed because the brother was mad at him, he wasn't, telling the truth, or, he just wanted to say something to go along with what the public would think of Jamal. But now it's really clear that Jamal really doesn't like to fight champions or go out there and really go and fight those guys that he think he can lose to. Look at his catalog of fighters since he been at 160. None of them are former champions. And he has the opportunity to call out other fighters besides Canelo Alvarez. I mean, as far as ducking David Benavidez, though, David Benavidez, is at 168. Jamal Charlo is at 160. Why not just handle your business at 160? It's fights there. Jaime Munguia. If I ain't mistaken, ain't Triple G? Isn't Triple G at 160? Demetrius Andrade. It's a lot of fights for Charlo, but it just seems like he don't want to go out there and be great. He don't want to fight good competition. And I can understand it because he really did lose to Matt Carver. A lot of people need to go back and watch that fight. A lot of people think that people are Charlo haters when they mention that. Actually, I can understand people, being in denial about Jamel losing that night, but Jamal lost that night to Matt Carver. All he was getting hit with was left hands, left hands over and over. Yeah, Triple G at 160. Triple G ain't talking about fighting nobody. He said Charlo. But what else going on in the sport of boxing? We got Terence Crawford suing Bob Arum. We got everybody jumping in that situation, speaking their opinion on it. But none of them are Terence Crawford and know what was in his contract. I told y'all in the video, did I not tell y'all that Kambosos Jr. was going to fight Devin Haney instead of instead of. Didn't I tell y'all he was, thank you for the donation. Didn't I tell y'all he was gonna fight, what's his name? What the boy name? He was gonna fight Lomachenko instead of Devin Haney. When they came up with that story talking about the WBC title that Kambosos Jr. hold makes him undisputed, I said they finna set up Vasyl Lomachenko versus Kambosos Jr. That way, if Vasyl Lomachenko beats Kambosos Jr., he's considered undisputed and he doesn't have to fight Devin Haney. That's all that shit was, y'all. And I don't count out Kambosos Jr. against Vasyl Lomachenko. I don't count him out. From that punch that dropped Teofimo Lopez that he said him and his trainers had been training for, which he had a long time to train for it. But that showed that whoever his trainers are, they have a good eye. And I would love to see Kambosos. I would love to see both fights, Devin Haney versus Kambosos or Vasyl Lomachenko. But I already knew, and I told y'all, just look at the video. I told y'all that when they said that Kambosos Jr. should be considered undisputed, I said he gonna fight Vasyl Lomachenko next. So that way, if Vasyl Lomachenko defeats Kambosos Jr., they'll be like, well, what's up with the Devin Haney fight? And Vasyl Lomachenko will be like, well, I'm already undisputed. There's no need to fight Devin Haney. Well, the people say it doesn't matter what the people say. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what the people say. I'm undisputed. We got Ugis and Spence Jr. right around the corner. We got Ugis and Spence Jr. right around the corner. We ain't really been talking about that fight. I really ain't been looking at no research on that fight. I ain't watched the Manny Pacquiao and Ugis fight yet, y'all. So I gotta really, keep my phone charged up and start focusing on that fight. And give y'all my prediction on that fight. I ain't really been focused on it. I know a lot of people waiting on that prediction on who gonna win that fight from me. But like I say, regardless of who win that fight, it's gonna be a good fight because of their styles. Both of them are body punchers, kung fu fighters. Neither one of them really fight off the back foot. So, that's gonna be an entertaining fight to see Ugis versus Spence. I'm gonna enjoy that. Hold up, he ducking Benavidez. Salute to you, Shosha, what's up? The other loss to Castano. Yeah, Jamel lost to Castano. I heard they're gonna do a rematch soon. One thing about the Charlos, like I always say, you can't count out the Charlos. I'm not counting Jamel out, even though he lost the first fight and they gave it to him. But I'm not counting Jamel out at all. Jamel, like I tell y'all, the stamina of the Charlo brothers, the power they possess. They go 12 rounds. They could possibly knock out any fighter within them 12 rounds, no matter if they lose in the fight or not. So the Charlo brothers, whether you like them or not, from their personality or not, you have to give them their just due. And the Charlo brothers going to keep coming. The Charlo brothers going to keep bringing it. They're not going to stop. They don't slow down. They might as well they ought to be called Terminators. I'm just being real with you. And y'all know I go in on the Charlo brothers, but they ought to be called the Terminators because they don't stop. They're not going to stop until you're dead. But he lost the 1-1. What you mean he lost the 1-1? What else going on? Gary Russell Jr. got a fight coming up against Mark Magsayo. I think Gary Russell Jr. is in trouble, y'all. This dude is a Filipino fighter. I think he went 23-0. True enough, they say he got knocked down in his last fight. But this dude is fast. This dude got hands. He got power in his right hand. kind of remind you of Manny Pacquiao. He got a style where, you know, he used to step back and put his hands up and below his belt, you know what I'm saying? He a good fighter. And I just think he already got Gary Russell by 4-inch reach advantage. He got him by 2-inch, I think, height advantage. And this dude, you know, they say he had problems with 122 pounder. You know, like I said, Gary Russell Jr. gonna have to bring out all the levels that there is to boxing to, I think, get rid of this dude. I think Gary Russell Jr. gonna have some problems that night. Now we go back to Gary Russell Jr. fighting in his last fight against King Tut. Gary Russell Jr. was slowing down in later rounds. I hope he doesn't slow down later in the later rounds with this guy, because this guy, Mark, he can't sit up there and act like he's actually hurt or he's tired, and this dude go to throwing 3 left hooks out of nowhere. Come in forward and smother you and go and throwing uppercuts. So this dude dangerous. So we gonna see. You know, if I'm right, you know, I take nothing away from Gary Russell Jr. I would love to say Gary Russell Jr. just go out there and wipe, you know what I'm saying, wipe this dude out. But it's going to have to be a close end fight for Gary Russell Jr. to get off, due to the fact that this dude got 4-inch reach advantage on him. What's up with you, Brian? How you doing? Yeah, he got power to hurt Russell. And he fast with that right hand. And he throws it a lot, that straight right hand. Ugas is going to give Spence problems. Yeah, I mean, people got to understand he just got through fighting the most dangerous southpaw that was out there, Manny Pacquiao. So, of course, he's going to give Spence problems. But, you know, Spence is not Manny Pacquiao. You know, Manny Pacquiao is not the same size of Errol Spence. So, it's going to be a different fight for Ugas as well. But I think Ugas will be able to deal with it, you know, since he just got finished fighting Manny Pacquiao, actually retiring the great Manny Pacquiao. So, like I said, it's going to be a good fight between them two. I'm going to have to do my research on and watch some tape between both of them, and I'm going to have to come up with me a prediction on it soon, because it ain't that far away. I think the fighting with March. I hate that we have to wait March to see the fight, unfortunately, but it's going to be worth it. I guarantee you that. Terrence Crawford. What's next for Terrence? A lot of people saying about Screaming Boots. I just seen a video from Blue Blood Sports. You know, shout out to Blue Blood. He made a video talking about the fact that Keith Thurman is saying Mayweather taught them that they don't have to fight Jaron Ennis. As far as bringing up Mayweather in it, I don't understand why Keith Thurman would even say something like that. That doesn't make sense. You know, what does Keith Thurman have to do with y'all and y'all situation as of right now? Do they have to fight Jaron Ennis? No. Me personally, I don't feel like Jaron Ennis has done enough to deserve a title shot unless he becomes like a straight mandatory. If they mandate the fight, then yes, he deserves his title shot. But from me learning from what I've learned in the sport of boxing, I know that these guys, him and Virgil Ortiz Jr. included, have been pushed up, which meaning their promoters have paid for rankings for them to be pushed up, and whatever weight classes they may be in. I mean, well, not weight classes, but rankings they may be in the WBA, WBC, WBO. I mean, it's just funny that these dudes, Jaron Ennis is almost 30-0, but he's only fought 2 real deal fighters, and one of them was out of their prime, Thomas Delorme and Sergey Lipinets. You know, I mean, a former 140-pounder, which Thomas Delorme, a former 140-pounder, 135-pounder. So, you know. But when you mention that, people, you know, get mad. Virgil Ortiz Jr., he only fights fighters mostly coming off defeats. You know, Maurice Hooker ain't his last opponent. But, you know, I guess they deserve title shots because they fought 2 fighters with names. I don't consider that, you know, good enough for them to go and chase titles or call out the Errol Spences, the Keith Thurmans. But I don't agree with Keith Thurman's thoughts on, you know, Mayweather taught them what to do. You know, Mayweather don't have nothing to do with y'all. You know, but in due time, I think Boots, a lot of people is looking at the 27-0, 28-0, but a lot of them not looking at the resume. You know, if he becomes a mandatory, yes, he deserves his shot. But just for Boots to be a number 2 or a number, no. No. People again, look at Eric Berlanga. That's another fight I'll be talking about. Hyped up, then next thing you know, you see him in sparring with Erickson Lube and he getting knocked down. Then you see him in another fight, he getting knocked on his back. We have to see these fighters move up and fight good competition in order to say that, oh yeah, they'll do them, or yeah, they'll get to this person and beat this person. We ain't seen that yet from them guys. Terrence Crawford beat Thomas Delorme damn near 10 years ago. You see what I'm saying? How can we say he's a threat for Crawford when he just beat a guy that Terrence Crawford beat 10 years ago, y'all? And that's just being real. I appreciate you, D. Calico. I truly appreciate you. Don't Freddie Roach train him? Yes, Freddie Roach trains Mark Magsayo, the fighter that's going to be fighting Gary Russell Jr. soon. I've seen changes in this guy, Mark, since he been messing with Freddie Roach. The dude got power, y'all. The dude is fast. Gary Russell Jr. going to have a hell of a night, when he fighting this guy. He going to have a hell of a night when he fighting him. Keeping my faith, what's up with you? How you doing? You all right out there? TBH, I don't want to see the best fight the best whoever it is. Hold on, TBH. I don't understand the abbreviation or the TBH. Well, we got Usyk, Joshua. Like I said, I think Usyk is gonna beat Anthony Joshua again. You're gonna come out there with that same bad game plan and he's gonna lose again. A lot of people talking about Wilder versus Usyk. I got Wilder beating Usyk. I got Wilder beating Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury beats Joshua. Tyson Fury beats Usyk. I don't even understand how people even think that Usyk can beat Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury just beat one of the most deadliest heavyweights that's out there, Deontay Wilder. One of the most dangerous heavyweights that's out there, Deontay Wilder. But yet, for some reason, people think that Usyk will give Tyson Fury problems. All Tyson Fury has to do is come in at the 270-some pounds again, in a little bit of shape like he did against Wilder, which Tyson Fury, either he controls his breathing well or he has great conditioning for him to be as big as he is. But for him, he can move around the ring well at 6'9" with 300 pounds on him. He's a hell of a fighter. Did Tyson Fury cheat? I always had to say that because people are like, oh, you just love Tyson Fury. No, I know Tyson Fury did some things he shouldn't have did in the first fight, but I really can't say about the second and third. And so therefore, I still have to give this man his credit. And that's what I'm going to do, give him his just due. Like I give all fighters. What up with you? Salute, easy work, bro. Yeah.
You ain't never fuck with me, cuz.
I'm going to fuck with you, bro. I'm hollering at you. Salute, easy. Bud has already started to help fighters. Shakur will have never gotten involved in his, if it not for the lawsuit by Bud. Oh, that's a good point. So you saying that due to the lawsuit, that's where it's helped Shakur go ahead and get the fight against Valdez. I seen that, but I don't just believe everything, where people put up now, especially since people were saying that Charlo versus Canelo was gonna happen, and we know that's not gonna happen, but so they finally gonna let Shakur go ahead out there and eat. And I guarantee y'all, Valdez is gonna get 8. He gonna get 8. He gonna eat them up. I'm telling y'all. All the steroids in the world, all the steak in the world is not gonna save him when he go against Shakur Stevenson. I guarantee y'all that. And there's nothing about Ryan Shakur Stevenson coattail. I've been telling y'all for the longest, Shakur Stevenson is going to be the next Floyd Mayweather Jr. Shakur Stevenson is going to be the next Floyd Mayweather Jr. He can, when Shakur Stevenson moves up to any weight class, I'm telling y'all gonna see fighters running. Y'all gonna see fighters talking about business. Y'all gonna see fighters talking about it gotta make sense. Y'all gonna see fighters talking about across the street. Y'all gonna see fighters talking about moving up. Shakur Stevenson is the real deal. He's the threat. He's the next upcoming threat. What's another fight they keep talking about for Deontay Wilder? Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz will get the sneaker bars knocked out of his ass. I don't know why they keep trying to talk about Andy Ruiz for Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is not going to play with Andy Ruiz. That's going to be a different fight. Y'all already know, I tell y'all, people don't believe it, that the Andy Ruiz and Joshua fight was rigged. That's not, I hope they don't do that with the Deontay Wilder fight, because I'm telling y'all, Deontay Wilder would knock. He will knock Andy Ruiz's ass out the ring and into the stands. I'm telling y'all. And I take nothing away from Andy Ruiz. You know, Andy Ruiz has been in some fights. He's a hell of a fast-handed heavyweight. You know, the first heavyweight, Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. But, you know, he got there somehow, and this man, you know, he didn't put his effort in the sport of boxing since he was a child. So you got to give him his credit. You know, whether I believe it was rigged or not, you know, he got there off hard work and dedication. So shout out to him. Shout out to him. Shakur is the whole thing. Shakur is the whole thing. They got to be crazy. Next few years, Shakur and Boots will be fighting to be recognized as #1 pound for pound in the world. Both are God-gifted fighters. Yeah, they both good. Don't get me wrong when I talk about Boots. I'm not saying Boots is not a good fighter. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that they just hyping him up. You know what I'm saying? Too much right now. You know what I'm saying? Like what they doing with Conor Benn, a UK fighter, Conor Benn. Conor Benn out there, he doing a good job. You know, he beating some caliber opponents, but he beating Chris Algieri. You know what I'm saying? So people won't think, oh, you just hating on Boots. Look at what Conor Benn doing. He beating former 140-pound champion, which he's not former for real, you know what I'm saying? But he moved up from 140. Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri ain't fought in I don't know how long. And then they trying to get Conor Benn to go and fight Adrian Broner, knowing Adrian Broner ain't been in the ring in I don't know how long. See, they ain't nothing but a play to get names under their belt, really cherry picking. Because they know these fighters ain't as sharp as Conor Benn. Conor Benn been fighting back-to-back. So it's not like I be picking on certain fighters. I just be speaking my opinion on what be going on. We also got the Amir Khan versus Kell Brook. I'm rocking with Kell Brook in that fight. I think Kell Brook is going to beat Amir Khan. I don't think Amir Khan is as fast as he used to be. Amir Khan, you know, he can box his ass off, but you know, most of his skill set was coming from the fact that he had them fast hands. And if he ain't got them fast hands, going against Kell Brook, you know, now, you know, well, really fighting at 154, coming down to 147 for the fight. Or I think they're gonna be at a catch. I think they're gonna be at a catch weight. But Kell Brook gonna be the bigger fighter that night, in my opinion. So I think Kell Brook, you know, his skill set, him being the bigger fighter. Amir Khan probably gonna get knocked out, or probably, yeah, in the later rounds. I say 10th, 11th round by Kell Brook. Because Amir Khan gonna have to do a lot of running. He gonna have to do a lot of, no, not running. I'm sorry. Let me not say that. He gonna have to do a lot of footwork in that ring to beat Kell Brook. And Kell Brook is a bigger fighter. You know what he can do with fighters who think they stronger than Kell Brook. We seen what Kell Brook did against Sean Porter. So if Amir Khan even want to play in the pocket or play close, he's not gonna come out on top against Kell Brook. So the only thing Amir Khan can do is move around the ring for 12 rounds. And if his hands ain't as fast as they used to be, if his feet ain't as fast as they used to be, I got Kell Brook beating. I got Kell Brook beating. I call him Shakur Mamba Stevenson. And yeah, he shot that boy, man. Shakur is the truth. Then he over there with Terrence Crawford training with the best right now, the pound for pound best right now. Come on, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jamel Herring, hell of a fighter. You know, Jamel Herring went out there and gave that man that title shot, and Shakur Stevenson went out there and took them titles from Jamel Herring in a good fashion, stopping Jamel Herring, getting the titles. He gonna do the same thing to Oscar Valdez. He gonna do, man. You can't even say really that. You can't even say really that Oscar Valdez really beat Berchelt because of the fact that he got caught with the steroids. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know if Oscar Valdez was juiced up or whatever against Berchelt. But I'm telling y'all, whether he juiced up or not, which I know they're gonna do something. It's gonna be something under the table that he gonna get away with. I guarantee y'all. For one, we dealing with the WBC. We dealing with the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, Oscar Valdez, Mexican fighter. Shout out to my Mexican brothers and sisters, but we telling the truth. We telling the truth. They gonna let him be on something, and it is not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. I don't know if Shakur Stevenson gonna go back, you know, dealing with Bo McNam, which he should for that fight. Man, they gonna. Woo. I'm telling you, Shakur Stevens finna make some people move up and run out of the weight class. But even though Terrence Crawford is going through this situation with Bob Arum, I still want to see him fight somebody. You know, whether it's now I really hate that the situation is happening because him and Bob Arum supposedly was supposed to be coming together to make a fight between Errol Spence Jr. or Josh Taylor or whomever else. Now we probably gonna have to hold off on that fight. We probably gonna be able to see Terrence Crawford back for a minute, but he is independent now, so it don't matter that he's suing Bob Arum. He could still get a fight. But you know, I think it's gonna be a little harder for him to do that. I don't know. You know, I'm not a manager. You know, I'm not behind the scenes in the sport of boxing. But I just hope to see Terrence Crawford fight soon. I'm hearing that they saying that he gonna wait to see what's gonna happen between Keith Thurman and Barrios, and then he'll potentially fight Barrios. I mean, the winner, well, not the winner, but he waiting to see what Keith Thurman gonna do against Barrios, which I don't like. Keith Thurman versus Barrios. I don't even like the fact that it's on pay-per-view. I don't know what's going on with the WBC. I mean, with PBC and all these pay-per-views. You know, I understand now since, you know, shout out to Trio Boxing, letting us know what's going on with the PBC and Al Heyman. You know, why these fights are going like this, why they doing all these pay-per-views. Ben should fight Boots. What? That's a man. You see what I'm saying? These the type of fights that we need to see Boots in to say, okay, all right, Boots, yeah. Now Terrence, y'all got to step up to the plate with this boy. You know what I'm saying? Conor Benn, undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Took no losses. Fresh, sharp, like Boots. Fresh, sharp. Go at him. Boots already turned down the fight between Blair Cobbs, talking about his levels to this. His levels to this. But you wouldn't have fought Thomas Delorme, a fighter that Terrence Crawford beat 10 years ago. For real. Y'all gotta come on. Y'all gotta do better than that. But that's a good fight. Why you ain't calling out Conor Benn? Why you ain't calling out Virgil Ortiz? They going around picking. All these dudes got on overalls in the yard picking, trying to find the best plum to pick. It don't work like that. I can't give you that credit. I'm not one of them dudes. But these dudes, professional fighters, I give them that credit. They risk their life. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. But you know, this is what my channel, that's where we make our channels for, our opinions about the sport that we watch, that we love, you know, and I can't give fighters credit just for you know, fighting competition like that. You know, can he fight? Yes. You know, he ain't there for no reason, evidently. He there because he can box. I can never deny the man talent, but come on, y'all. I'm eager to see what this dude, Makabu, do. We also got Demetrius Andrade versus this fighter named Janibek. I'm not too much familiar with this fighter, Janibek. I keep hearing that he a good fighter. I keep saying I'm gonna check all these fighters out. I never get enough time, but I'm off today, so I will be able to check out some of these fighters. What's his first name? The Janibek guy who was the mentor for Demetrius Andrade. Since Charlo don't want to step in the ring and fight the man. You know what I'm saying? How much help will Bomac be to Khan, in your opinion, Easy? I don't think he's gonna be too much of help. Because as we all know, you can give them the best game plan, they're gonna have to follow through on. And Amir Khan doesn't have the power of a Terrence Crawford. And I know you're going to have power to keep Kell Brook off you. And then people are forgetting the fact that Kell Brook got a magnificent jab himself, and he got that one too. Them brownies are crispy. I keep telling people, them chocolate brownies are crispy. But I don't think, we got to remember the fact that Amir Khan quit against Terrence Crawford. We got to remember that Amir Khan quit against Terrence Crawford. We got to bring that up. It's not to downgrade him, take nothing away from him, but no, I just see Amir Khan is not the same fighter. He's not the same fighter. I think Amir Khan, ready to get out the game of boxing, which he should if he wants to. He has the right to, but I think this is just a big payday for him because, like I've been telling y'all, this fight been wanted by the UK fans for so long. So they finally gonna get it to him. He gonna give him a big payday. And, do he want to win the fight? I say, yeah, both of them want to win the fight. But at the end of the day, they both got older now. And I think Amir Khan was the person that actually was stopping the fight. I think Kell Brook actually wanted to fight more than Amir Khan, and now it's just time for the payday, But whether it's a payday or not, I'm rolling with Kell Brook in that fight. What's some stuff I've been seeing in sport boxing? Y'all come on, talk to me about the sport. What we've been going on, what we've been seeing. What have we been seeing? I wonder what's up with Mikey Garcia. Since he went and picked that chair and got beat up. How you going to pick a dude who ain't even ranked in the top 10 and then you get beat? Mikey Garcia, probably, he need to go and hang it up. It just look like the sport of boxing is dried out. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't really want to be there no more. Like they done made enough money. Like, well, hey, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with the sport no more. It's hard to keep talking about fights and, the gossip about fights. And I like to talk about the fights. I like to make my predictions about the fights. I like to, which I'm going to do that tonight. Matter of fact, tonight, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch both Ugis and Errol Spence, y'all, and I'm going to give y'all a prediction very soon. Y'all hit that like button if y'all watching. Ain't nobody hitting that like button. I appreciate it if you hit the like button, please. So, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to come out with me some prediction videos. I can't really do a prediction video for the Gary Russell Jr. fight. Oh, let's talk about Tank. That's somebody we ain't talking about. We ain't even been talking about. Let's talk about Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia. What's next for Tank? Mr. My hand hurt, which his hand was really hurt. What's next for Tank? At least it ain't gonna be an Isaac Cruz fight, or unless they think about doing a rematch, which I said that would be a small fight, you know, to go to pay-per-view. People will watch that because a lot of people believe, you know, which I don't at all, that Pitbull Isaac Cruz gave Tank a hell of a fight or won the fight. I don't know. I don't agree with that. I criticize Tank as well, but you know, like y'all know, I'm not biased. I don't make up stuff just because I criticize fighters. And Ryan Garcia, he need to go and pick somebody else besides trying to run up behind people leftovers. There's no point of him fighting Isaac Cruz. He gets no acknowledgement, no credit for going beating up on Tank leftovers. A guy that Tank would have knocked out clearly if Tank hand wasn't messed up. What else? We got Joe Smith potentially being another fight for Canelo Alvarez, going up against going up against Joe Smith at light heavyweight. That's another cherry pick to me. Joe Smith, as you seen in the last fight, where he just knocked out the guy defending his title, he gets tired, lacks a lot of defense. Canelo, all he got to do is smother him and go to his body on Joe Smith down there half the night, do a lot of head movement, wait until the 150 mark in the fight. Because I told y'all Canelo Alvarez waits a minute and 50 seconds until the fight to start his offense. And he'll beat Joe Smith. Well, what about Beterbiev? What about Beterbiev? What about David Benavidez? See, I don't like talking about the Charlo and Andrade fight because they at 160. So, you know, really to me, there's no fight. I think these fighters need to get themselves hot enough. And then, you know what I'm saying, if Demetrius Andrade and Charlo fight, then this horrible fighter, if Demetrius Andrade beats Charlo, this horrible fighter talk that they've been saying about Demetrius Andrade, people won't listen to that no more. Well, he must be good enough. He beat Charlo. You know. Well, it's just sad what's going on with Demetrius Andrade. This man getting closer and closer to 40 and can't get a fight because nobody wants to fight him, and because casual fans listen to money fighters or so-called cash cow fighters and what they say instead of them knowing the background of what's truly going on. Demetrius Andrade is a threat that they don't want to see. Not just Canelo, you got even black fighters ducking Demetrius Andrade. You got black fighters ducking Demetrius Andrade. Jaime Munguia been ducking Demetrius Andrade since he moved up from 154. That he been supposed to fight Demetrius Andrade, challenge him for his title. He don't want to, but yeah, he a horrible fighter. If he a horrible fighter, Jaime Munguia got a title shot right there, waiting. I wonder what Tevin Farmer. Where is Tevin Farmer? From what I seen on Twitter, you know, he doing good. Tevin Farmer, you know, all that money he made with his own, man, he done went and became a businessman. Shout out to Tevin Farmer. I would like to see him come back to the sport of boxing. I always say he was the most defensive fighter out at the time. You know what I'm saying? When he recently lost his belt, he was very defensive. I like Tevin Farmer. I like the character of Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer is another Ugis to me, another fighter that went through a lot in the sport of boxing, coming off losses, to come back and, you know what I'm saying, get a title and show the world, you know what I'm saying, they're a hell of a fighter. You know, I always like to root for the underdog, so, you know, that's why I like Ugis, and that's why I like Tevin Farmer. Got another fighter that Tank duck, let's not forget about Duck and Tank. Shout out to Tank. No hating on you, my brother, but you ducking. You know what I'm saying? You ducking. You ducking. Ain't no way around that. We just want to see Tank fight good competition. It's not nobody hating on Tank. Nobody hates on Tank because he's with Floyd Mayweather. Tank just need to go out there and show the world that he's this cash cow and he's this pay-per-view star that they say he is. Going out there fighting Isaac Cruz, I can just imagine what's next once his hand heal. Hopefully they say a Gary Russell Jr. fight was in the talks. I very much so doubt that. I never believed that that fight could have been happened. Now we know that fight wasn't really happened because Gary Russell Jr. finna fight later on this month. So, talk is talk. Come on, what's up? Big Baby Miller is back. Tyson Fury, we don't know what he's gonna do with Dillian White. I got Tyson Fury against Dillian White. I think that's easy work for Tyson Fury. We got to remember, Povetkin knocked out Dillian White. Even though they're going to styles make fights, Povetkin knocked out Dillian White. Shorter fighter. Not as much reach. Y'all gonna quit counting out Tyson Fury. As much as you dislike him or want to dislike him, you got to give the man his credit. I think Floyd should work with Bud. He and Ellaby would do great for Bud, in my opinion. Great match right now. We'll also get him PBC fighters in the ring, too. I would like to see him go over there with Floyd, too. I think that'll be a good matchup. Just look what Floyd Mayweather name itself is doing with Tank Davis. Imagine if Terrence Crawford teamed up with Mayweather Promotions. Like I said, an A1 brand selling good product. You can't beat that. An A1 brand selling good product. Mayweather Promotions, Floyd Mayweather, A1 brand. Then you got good product, good fighter, great fighter in Terrence Crawford. They can't lose. So I would love to see Terrence and Floyd Mayweather go together. They'll be a powerhouse. Then they got Tank over there. But Tank and Terrence didn't always have problems with each other, if y'all done forgot. Tank and Terrence Crawford then went back and forth at each other. Tank done said he don't see what people think is so special about Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford done got on Twitter and told Tank, you better stay away from Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. And as we see, Tank is listening to Terrence Crawford because he ain't went nowhere over there near Teofimo Lopez. I got Ugas in the upset over Spence. A lot of people are saying that. I really don't know. I'm going to have to, like I said, look at some tape and see who I think is going to win that fight. I rock with Tank, but he is in an NBF club. What's the NBF? Oh, no black fighters. Oh, yeah. Tank ain't fought not one black fighter yet, y'all. Not one. Not even a Cuban. African, nothing. I can't remember, honestly. You ain't got to remember, he ain't. He has not. Boxing is so unpredictable and wishy-washy and so political, like everything else. Terrence better get with TBE. I think that's the best spot for him, man. Going over there with Floyd Mayweather, them two together, man, will make a lot of noise. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that would be, man. Imagine Floyd Mayweather, even though it's an exhibition or a good exhibition with Terrence on the card. Man, come on, man. And Tank on the card. Tank, Terrence, and Floyd on the card. That's a pay-per-view. Man, that's some pay-per-view shit right there. That's worth your $100, $75. If you could get all of them on one card, whether it be Floyd doing an exhibition, which I don't like, but at the end of the day, you getting a Floyd Mayweather experience. You getting Tank. You getting Terrence Crawford. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. But the only problem is, you know, egos probably wouldn't allow that to happen because somebody gonna feel like, no, I ain't finna be behind them, and I feel like I should fight first, or I should be the main event. You know, I think egos will destroy that, but that would be great if you could get that on pay-per-view. Thank you, Abram, for saying smash the like button. Y'all smash the like button if you haven't. I truly appreciate it. Black fighters shouldn't fight each other until Canelo fights black fighters. People say Canelo had to fight black fighters, but y'all forgetting that he fought Daniel Jacobs. Now, it wasn't yesterday that he fought Daniel Jacobs, but he fought Daniel Jacobs. You know, whether you consider Daniel Jacobs a A, B, C level fighter, Daniel Jacobs is black. He fought Daniel Jacobs. I don't think Canelo Alvarez is afraid to fight black fighters. I think Canelo Alvarez just fight fighters when they slow up, fighters that don't have power, fighters that don't move too much. You know, that's when he pick you. Which is, I don't understand why he ain't picked Jamal yet. But like I say, Jamal Charlo himself is still a threat due to the fact that he's not gonna stop coming, and he got power. So I think Canelo could beat Charlo, but Charlo is still a threat. Gamboa don't count to me. Gamboa came off a knock. What? Hold up. No, that was in a Tank fight. Gamboa was 38 years old. And it took Tank, the man had to get injured. The man got injured and Tank knocked him out in the 12th round. A 38-year-old fighter, Gamboa. See, Tank fighting Gamboa was a test at 135 for real. That's the only fight Tank done had at 135 was Gamboa. If I ain't mistaken. Hold up. Cause I think, no, his second fight was Isaac Cruz. Gamboa, then Isaac Cruz at 135. It's time for Tank to have to step up to the plate, man. It's time for Tank to have to step up to the plate. What else we talking about, y'all, in the sport of boxing? Come on, y'all. It's something we missing. I know it's something we missing talking about. We talked about Keith Thurman. We talked about some of the heavyweights. I told y'all Don King, he the one who promoting the fight with a guy that's supposed to be fighting Canelo Alvarez, the Macaboo guy. They say that's going to be a great card that's coming up. Don King don't stop. He keep moving in the sport of boxing. Like I told y'all, it's real crazy that Don King don't ever have nobody backing him up, but yet he's still floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee in the sport of boxing. But when you mention Bob Arum, here come all these black people talking about how good Bob Arum is and how good he treat them and treated their friends and daddies. But when Don name brought up, I don't like Don King. He's scamming all this shit. You know, I just be saying Don King probably has done that to people. It's just, I'm just showing you the difference of how other people can do it, but then when it's down bad done up like that. His last fight, Tank got roughed up. I ain't really watched that fight. You know, I didn't really too much care to see it, honestly. I don't feel Tank got roughed up from the stuff that I seen because I really seen that Tank, in my opinion, a lot of people don't agree with me, but I feel that Tank hand was really injured from the first round, from the start of that fight. I think that was just, Riley back. I think they paid Riley to back out that fight, made up a little situation for Riley to back out because they knew that Tank could beat Isaac Cruz with one hand due to the arm reach advantage. I mean, just look at how Isaac Cruz was throwing punches and he was punching in the air. Tank was right there in front of him, and Tank didn't have to do nothing but move a step back an inch, and he was punching total air. I mean, Isaac Cruz was scouted just like Mario Barrios was scouted for Tank. Just like that. Well, y'all been on for 50 minutes. It's about time for me to get off, y'all. I thank y'all for y'all love and y'all support. You know, I'm trying to talk more about boxing, but I don't know too much what else is to talk about. You know, ain't nothing else really going on. Ain't nothing really else going on in sport of boxing. You know, but I know one thing. I can't wait to see Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. That's one fight I cannot wait to see. Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. That's going to... Lord, have mercy. I hope that be free. You know what I'm saying? I hope that be a free fight. Knowing Bob Arum, it's going to be free. And it's going to be an entertaining fight. But I'm telling y'all, Shakur Stevenson is going to... Ooh! That's a 7/8 round stoppage. In my opinion. 7/8 round stoppage. Or maybe even more if Shakur really want to go out there and just show just how great he is and take a risk. If he go out there and really take a risk and get rid of Oscar, which I know he can, he gonna fuck Oscar Valdez up. Give me Tio and Loma versus Tank. I mean, Tank got to fight. Come on, fight Teofimo Lopez after his loss. Fight somebody. We got to see this from Tank. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they ain't talking about the fact that Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter outsold Tank last fight. You know what I'm saying? For Tank to be this hell of a superstar. They ain't talking about that. Yeah, I just was talking about that, Abram. I was just talking about Amir Khan, Kell Brook. I said I'm going with Kell Brook. I think Kell Brook is going to be the bigger, stronger fighter that night. And I think Amir Khan is not the same fighter as he used to be. And we got to remember that Amir Khan did quit recently. Amir Khan never quit before. He say he would rather get knocked out, but we seen you quit, Amir Khan. That should be a good fight, but I believe Shakur will win. But Oscar is dangerous, though. Yeah, Oscar is dangerous because he be on them steroids. Yeah. And they going to allow him to be on them in that fight. I guarantee y'all. Oscar Valdez will be on some juice against Shakur Stevenson. It may help him, but he ain't gonna beat Shakur. And like I said, that's why I hope Bo making them come back into the corner. I hope, you know, that Jamel Harris situation don't keep them apart. Because I think they're gonna be Bo making them gonna give them the game plan. It's gonna be them body shots, bro. Shakur with them body shots. I want to see Ryan Garcia get back in the ring, but I want to see Ryan Garcia fight somebody with a name too. I actually like Ryan Garcia. I think Ryan Garcia is a threat for anybody at 135, but he just got to get out there and make the fights, man. And then they have to fight each other. Like it's sad. It's sad that we as channels can only really get on here and talk about gossip. It's like we watching hip hop news now. You know what I'm saying? Do I see Michael Garcia? I was just talking about Michael Garcia too. No, I don't. I think Michael Garcia is really done with boxing. I mean, when you go out there and you cherry pick an opponent and you still lose, I mean, that just shows that, you know, where his heart at with the sport of boxing. I think Michael Garcia just, you know, a lot of fights, they just getting their paydays. Like I keep telling you, I think it's something going on with the world and entertainment that we don't know about. Maybe it's about to end. Maybe the world is finna change, but it's a lot of money grabbing going on. That's why we getting a lot of these dud fights. And fighters don't want to fight nobody, just getting paydays, because I think it's a lot of money grabbing going on. Look at the pay-per-views with the PBC, and things like that, Everything just getting out of hand, Everything. But hey, y'all, I've been on 55 minutes, close to an hour, man. I want to thank y'all for y'all love and y'all support, man. I truly appreciate y'all for watching the channel. If there's any new boxing news that y'all have or y'all find out, I need y'all to text me about it or go into my comments. I will talk about it at any time if you send it. I need y'all to be my eyes and ears for the love of this sport of boxing that we watch. And y'all let me know what videos to talk about, and I will give my opinion on them. Ryan Garcia is a beast, but he leaves himself open a lot. Yes, it's all entertainment, bro. Welcome to Rome. Yes, sir. Welcome to Rome. What's good, Easy? Missed most of the live. Yes, sir, you did, Moji. Ain't been doing that, man. Just been running my mouth talking about boxing. Whatever we can come up with, because ain't really too much going on, but beside the gossip side of boxing, just to talk this and he'll say this going on, this person suing this, that's all we can really do. But, when you see the Let's Talk Boxing videos, that's basically what I be doing. But I need everybody who watch the videos, check y'all notifications. Make sure you hit your notification bell to make sure you see the videos coming on. I understand people be at work, have other things to do. But I be getting a lot of complaints that people not getting notifications. So please make sure that when you get off the channel, make sure you subscribe. Well, I know you subscribe, but, make sure your notification bells are on. Or hit on there so you can get the notification. And also, go to the description. Hit the YouTube link on there and subscribe to the new channel. I would truly appreciate that. This is Easy Work Boxing, man. Thank y'all for y'all love and y'all support. I'm out.